This is part 2 of the Titanium Challenge.
We are here in front of Strictly Shooting, a local shooting range, and we've talked to the owner, and he's been nice enough to let us bring our rings in and stick them on this little rig that we've made and see what happens when we take a few shots at them.
What do you predict is going to happen? Any predictions?
A lot of mayhem and destruction, I hope.
So what kind of gun are we using this morning? Remington. Have you ever seen anybody shoot up a ring and shoot? No? First time?
We just use some 1x4 to make a little stand to zip tie the rings to. Set it up here so that the kinks from our chain test are on either end, so we hit a still somewhat structural part of the ring.
And there's the Edward Morel, which has withstood the last test even better, right?
It has, yeah. I'm going to aim for the bottom one first.
Did you shoot it off?
Yeah.
The ring actually shot off.
Uh-huh.
Nice job. Did you see where it went?
So, sounds like it came back this way.
Right in here. Last I heard it.
You think it actually came?
Oh,
did it?
Here it is.
Wow. What does it look like? Oh, wow. Look at that.
It didn't break through, actually.
It didn't break through, but it certainly made a further dent, didn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it clipped it probably right in here. So it shoved it inward and a little bit off to your right.
Now that's the Titanium K ring.
This is the Titanium K.
Now we actually began out with a shape that was more oval shaped.
Yeah, it looked a lot like a chain link.
Right, and now it's...
Yeah, you can see it looks like I nailed it almost dead center and then it deflected off to the side, actually.
So it did deflect, but still really took a...
Yeah, you can see it's definitely taken a little beating.
Right.
And this is the ring from titaniumjewelry.com now. So, in 3, 2, 1.
You got it.
You got it. So.
I don't know where it went. I think this one may have gone further back the way it looked.
Let's see what we can find.
That looked like it went further back?
I didn't see it at all. Right here.
Good job.
Oh wow, this is definitely a huge difference. This actually tells you a lot of things about the ring.
Right, and again, this is the Edward Morel ring from titaniumjewelry.com.
Definitely a little stronger because it still has a lot of the same shape, but it's a little bit more brittle than the other metal, probably from how they strengthen it, because instead of just bending and deflecting that much force, it's actually taken a chunk out of the ring.
So this one, the shape didn't change, but it actually broke.
The shape of it tells me that it is a stronger metal because it hasn't just given in to the bullet, it's actually tried to fight back and withhold its shape. I'll just turn on the tanks here. This is a crucible. It's what we use for casting. We'll put our metal in there, whatever we're going to melt, and then we just put the torch on it and let it go to a melting point. And then from there, that's what we use to pour it into what would usually be our casting, or in this case, a bucket of water. And we'll just start with the Titanium K. Alright, I'm going to start. So you can see it getting really red hot. So, very bright red, but it hasn't gone molten yet. And oh wow, this one gets really red hot before it actually goes molten. And it's starting to go molten, but it's not quite there yet. It has melted, but it's not to its fully liquid state yet.
I see some sparks flying now.
We do have some sparks, and that might be the coating of the black wearing off. It actually does show a lot of the strength of the titanium. because while I am able to get some parts of it into a liquid form, it will not stay in that liquid form long enough for me to get the rest of it into a liquid form. Oop, there went some of it.
Is that some of it actually went down?
Yep.
Some more of it?
Yeah.
Can we find that piece? Where's that piece? Is that?
Let's see here. Looks like that's a small piece of it.
Wow. Looks like a little pellet.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the way it looks like when it comes out?
Yeah, because it falls down in that molten form, and as soon as it hits the water, it cools down enough to become solid, and it just hits in that solid state.
We're now on Titanium Jewelry's Edward Morel.
This one is a little more interesting than the first one because it already has that piece missing, meaning we can start melting it down on an edge as opposed to trying to burn in our own edge for it to get started going around. So now we'll see how this one turns out. And as you can see, this one's already turning nice and red, and like we thought it would, it started right there on the end. But again, it's very resistant to the heat, and this one's actually holding up better because right there on the end where we started, it melted into a little pool. Same thing on this other side, but it's definitely not spreading to the rest of the ring, or the blob that was the ring. Let's see if I can get any of it to pour out. Hold it this way, I think.
Any part coming out?
No, not really. It definitely took a little bit more to get this one to start melting, which it definitely shouldn't have because of how it already had the break in it. And the other one, oops, there went a little bit.
A little bit went out.
Yeah.
And what's glowing there is the titanium. Is that right?
Yes. That is the molten titanium that you were looking at there. There's a piece.
Is that a piece of it?
Yeah.
Oh, those are pieces of it right there.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull out any parts that I can before they fully cool down. Now that is very hot.
You can really smell that, can't you?
Yeah, it has that nice little crispy burning smell to it.
These are the results that we came up with in this titanium challenge. We certainly leave it open to your conclusions. Use extreme caution if you ever decide to deal with flames, guns, or any other of the torturous mechanisms that we put these titanium rings through. In other words, do not try this at home.